Hey guys, this is Nikitabandita. I am back today to do another update of Tatt Chat. I am sorry I've been away for a little while. I've had a lot of things going on with my work and personal life, and I've just been filming less, so there you go. And as per usual, when I don't film for a little while, I have new hair, got like a little ombre thing going on that I did at home myself, but I didn't want to do a tutorial because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, and I don't want to influence anyone to bleach their hair off because that's pretty hard to come back from. So anyways, I did it myself. I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, and there you go. Anyways, I wanted to do a video in my little series of videos about tattoos, since you guys seem to love me talking about tattoos, and I get tons of questions on other random tattoo videos I've done about personal tattoo advice, questions, whatever. So I'm just gonna make another one, and hopefully this will help you guys in the future. So today's topic is going to be something that I think is asked me a lot, and I personally kind of had to like feel my way through, and that is how to talk to your tattoo artist. And that's kind of like a very, difficult thing to do, especially if it's somebody you don't know, you've never been to before. So say basically you find, I've done another video about how to come up with tattoo ideas. So if you're following that and you're kind of looking through Instagram or online and find an artist that you really want to go to, how do you contact them? What do you say? What's the back and forth? So basically I would say step one is obviously find a person that you want to get tattooed by. Step two, contact them whatever way they prefer. So usually it will say in their Instagram profile or online, if you find their shop through the website, it'll say for bookings or appointments, please XYZ. Either call, email, stop by the shop, whatever their preferred method is, and it says do that. Contact them that way. I would say the reason that they put a preferred method is because that's what worked best for them, and if you do one that's not preferred, then it probably won't work best for you and in communicating with them. So number three, I would say after you've communicated with them through their preferred communication method, be patient. Especially if you found somebody on Instagram who has 1 million followers, they're probably going to take a while to get back to you. Don't email them if that's what they say to do, and then a day later you're like, why haven't you emailed me back? That's just gonna annoy them, piss them off, and not make for a great repertoire between you and your potential new tattoo artist. So say they email you back, you're talking to them in person, what have you, and you're explaining your idea. I'd say explain it using general ideas. The whole reason you went to them or want them to tattoo you is because you like their style. And I'd say stop right here if that's not the reason. If you don't like their style, don't get a tattoo by them, because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be great at what you ask them to do. So if you go to a traditional tattoo artist and say, I want a realistic portrait from you because you're really good, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? And you're not gonna get a great tattoo because it's gonna be not their wheelhouse. So don't do that. Expect a tattoo in the same style that they are known for. If they're a tattoo artist that says they do everything, that's fine. But I would say most people like something because it's their aesthetic, the artist's aesthetic on whatever platform, social media platform you've seen them, it's because you like that style. And when you take reference photos, I would say ideally take reference photos of either drawings or pictures. I would say try and steer away from other tattoos. You can do this, but I wouldn't say I want a tattoo like this. I would say I like this about that tattoo. Like I like the overall composition. I like that there's flowers at the top. You can do that, but I'd say in general, try and avoid bringing pictures of tattoos unless it's a tattoo that that artist has done. And again, you can't get that same exact tattoo, but you can say, I like this tattoo that you did on this other person for X, Y, and Z reason, and you know, they'll give you something similar. So number 4 would be that once you've done that, they're going to, ideally, you're going to book an appointment. Most likely you'll have to put a deposit down. Totally normal. This is because whether you believe it or not, I mean, looking at me, you wouldn't, but a lot of people back out of tattoos. They'll book an appointment and back out of the tattoo. So giving a deposit is a totally normal thing. I would say usually, that's hard to say, but I would say usually it's between like $50 and $200, depending on how big of a tattoo you're getting and how big the tattoo artist is. It could be more. And then once you've done that, you book the appointment. Ideally, and this is not always the case, but wow, I have a really bad shadow now. The light changed on me. The sun is setting, you guys. So I apologize for that. So ideally, let's change that a little bit better. So ideally you would want to then, hopefully they'll send you a sketch back of what they're thinking before the tattoo appointment. I'd say sometimes, depending on how well they know you, they'll send you a sketch beforehand, maybe the day of, the day before, and let's see how you like it. Some people are just more like, show up to the shop and I'll let you see it on the day of and we can change it from there. It kind of depends. I've been in both situations where both things have happened. So yeah, either is normal, but I'd say if it's your first tattoo or it's really important to you, I would ask them to send you a drawing beforehand if they're okay with that. So once that's done, I would say, I forget what number we're on, but let's keep going with it. But I'd say after that, the thing I would try and avoid doing is getting a back and forth, like, I like this, but I don't like this, I like this, I like this, but I don't like that, if they send you the sketch. Because it's hard. I mean, you can say I like this, but I don't like that, but you want to be very clear the first time that they give you the sketch. You want to make sure you make all the changes the first time. Communicate what exactly you're looking for, if that's not exact. And I'd say if you do end up going back and forth, and it's still not what you're wanting and you're trying to communicate to them, perhaps this is not the tattoo artist for you. And I'd say just because I've never had this problem, usually I communicate what I want and they'll show it to me, and if it's not exactly what I want, within the first round of communication, they'll make the changes that I like to make it perfect. And if they can't do that for you, then maybe that's not for you, or maybe getting a tattoo isn't for you. It just depends on how picky you are. But I'd say if you keep going back and forth and it's not floating your boat, maybe try a different artist. And that's okay too. Like, that is something that happens, and it is totally okay to voice your opinions. Like, if they keep drawing something and you're not into it and it's not in a style that you like, it is totally okay to say, I'm really sorry, but I think that I wasn't 100% sure about this, so I don't want to have it on my body forever. And sometimes they will still take your deposit, but because they have done work, obviously they've drawn this tattoo for you multiple times. But trust me on this one, eating the $50 or $100 and not getting the tattoo that you don't find perfect is way worth it versus getting a tattoo that you find imperfect and hating it, or then ending up getting it lasered off later. Trust me on that one. A little bit of awkward conversation with somebody is totally worth not having a shitty tattoo on you forever. So, say you actually end up liking the tattoo, everything's good to go. You've had a great conversation with your tattoo artist, repertoire, great, and you're ready to get tattooed. I'd say just when you're there getting tattooed, number one thing is to make sure that you get the placement right. I think a lot of people, when they go, especially if it's their first tattoo or like one of their first big tattoos or getting tattooed by somebody they're really excited about, they get nervous and they feel like they can't talk to them, and so like they'll put it here, you know, and really they wanted to move it over a little more, but they don't say that because they're like, oh, maybe they know better than I do. No, if it's not where you want it, tell them. I'd say I've seen a lot of newbies do this. They just like get it right where the person says and they're not happy with it. I can tell you for a fact that like most of my tattoos, we've replaced multiple times. Like the one on my shoulder, this big one that I just got done, I think we replaced this one like 10 times to try and get it perfect to line up. And that is totally okay. I mean, it was mostly her, who's my tattoo artist, who was recommending this, but this is totally okay. It is totally okay to be like, that it doesn't look quite straight to me, or, you know, be open, be honest, they're cool, this is their job, they're totally used to it. Again, a little awkward conversation is way better than a shitty tattoo, not a shitty tattoo, excuse me, a ill-placed tattoo for the rest of your life. So once the tattoo's on, it's ready to go, I'd say the only other communication thing that you need to be aware of is you do need to tell them how you're feeling. If you like can't handle the pain and you know you paid for a 4-hour session and 2 hours in you feel like you're gonna faint, you feel like you're gonna throw up, whatever, you need to tell them. Don't try and be strong, don't try and be like a macho person. You need to tell them because it's really important. If you don't tell them and you do faint or you do throw up or you do pass out, it's going to be really bad for them and really bad for you, and it's just going to make, oh, this lighting is terrible now. And it's just going to make the situation horrible for everyone involved. Oh, but anyways, continuing. I'm sorry, I don't have lights. I'm not that kind of professional YouTuber. Okay, so yeah, if you feel like you're gonna faint, if you feel like you're gonna throw up, definitely tell them. It's really important. Don't worry, like if you paid for 4 hours, if you paid for the piece, if that's how you paid for it, and you only get through 2, they will absolutely honor it and do the other 2 another time. You know, if you faint, it's really bad for them. They have to call, you know, it's just not good. So it is no pain in that. And if you are unsure if you can get through a long session, I'd say err on the side of caution and book, say you want to do it in small sessions, 2-hour sessions, you know, do the line work in one, do the shading in another, do the color in another. And that's totally fine too. Be open and honest with them throughout the whole process of what you think you can and cannot take. And again, I have another video about this, about the tattoo numbing spray. Ask your artist if they'll do that. That, for me, always makes sessions a breeze. So yeah, and in the end, if you're really happy with it, the end final product tattoo, tip your artist. A great conversation piece, because if you don't tip them and you want to come back, they might not be so kind about wanting to have you back again. So yeah, I hope this cleared up in any questions that you might have had about how to book an appointment and how to communicate with your tattoo artist. If you have any more questions, put them in the comment section below, and I will either do another video or just answer them for you. And I hope you like my Tatt Chat episodes. So yeah, and as always, please like and subscribe my videos. I've been so humbled by how many of you have liked and subscribed to my channel since I haven't been making videos that regularly. It really warms my heart to see that you guys are so cool. I love all of you. So until next time, peace out guys. Love you kittens.